Well, it was a delightful broadcast this morning listening to Elevation Church, November 1st. Daylight savings is over. We're back onto a change in the sunshine. Last night we just plain blew the pop stand. We had nothing to do with Halloween. Visitation at the door, candy for the little goblins. And I don't blame the kids, but it just becomes a very morbid celebration that we would just as soon have nothing to do with, and it's been that way for years. From many sources, I'm hearing things about the book of Job. That Bible book contained within the sections referred to as the wisdom books. And there's poor suffering Job, a man that God called righteous, and yet allowed the devil to take shots at him, his possessions, his children, his servants, his crops, his livestock, his reputation, his bodily health, everything. And through the course of the book, some 42 chapters, we have the rather poor advice and critical advice and skepticism of three friends. But then we have a glimmer of light in a younger acquaintance who sits back and respectfully lets the elders have their say. But when he comes forward, he suggests looking into the supernatural, looking for enlightenment that might be in a dream or a vision or a word from someone else or an experience in nature, something that tells you God is still in control, he still is all powerful, and he still is all loving. Also, Elihu, this youngster, makes reference to the prospect of an attorney, a standby, an advocate, somebody who could come between a man who's puzzled and a God who is omniscient. And of course, that's Jesus, and it's foreshadowing the Messiah and his arrival and the work that he's going to accomplish. Then we have the mighty section when Elihu says, look, there are symptoms of a storm coming. A storm is coming. Oh, prepare yourselves. And it seemed to me almost like the King Lear play in Shakespeare, where the critical focus of it all upon this poor, abused, misunderstood king, mocked king in fact, is a storm. And in this storm we see in Job, God is basically saying, look, son, just stand there like a man. Let's talk. And let's have you answer a couple of questions before we get around to your big compelling question of why, Father? Why, God? Why have I gone through all this trouble? Do you not love me? Are you not able to handle it? Are these enemies in these adverse circumstances more powerful than you? Well, we have a couple of chapters wherein God is just describing his involvement with all of creation, men, women, children, flora, fauna, fish, you name it. And Job, at the end of it all, realizes you don't challenge God to justify himself. You just plain repent, bow in all humility before the Lord, and see the precious outcome, because you have been taken as a lamb in his flock, and he will not see disaster lasting unnecessarily. So I'll stop with that. It's been great. I even heard that on the Elevation message this morning. A chap named Daniel Darius was speaking. It was very good. But it just makes me think this question is in every heart these days, and of course the coronavirus doesn't help. This mysterious adversary that we still have to battle with. So just consider these thoughts. Thanks for listening. This is Doug Blair, stretched out, relaxing in his bed, happy for the Sabbath. Bye for now.